A particular situation that happened to my uncle was amazing. I'm going to talk about it. One day, my uncle decided to go out with his friends, but he felt a little bad because he didn't have money. He was impecunious, so he was embarrassed. Even so, his friends told him that they pay for everything. So at that moment, they went to Las Vegas to celebrate his friend's birthday. They went to dinner and drink something, and then they arrived to the best place to play for money. At first, my uncle felt bad because there were people who have money to bomb, and he was really strapped for cash. Then, while he saw that everyone was playing, he decided to go for a walk, and on his way, he found $50. So he came back with his friends in that moment. He felt very happy and he knew in what things he was going to spend it. He went to the game of roulette and bet his $50 without fear of losing because he is very good at playing and effectively he won the first game. So very sure he played once and again. And what happened? Exactly, he won. My uncle was winning money for a rope. He had won $10,000 in only an hour. It was amazing. He went with his friends and told them, and nobody could believe it. He could be allowed without problems, and that's what he did. That night, my uncle enjoyed with his friends, and even he paid the bill for everything they bought. And again, he didn't have money and learned that he needed to live beyond his means.
This is a story about one lucky day in my life, talking about finding money by chance. When I was in the university, I used to go by a scholar bus. One day, I was waiting for the bus in my dad's car, and the street was very alone because it was 6 in the morning. When the bus had arrived, I went out of the car and started to put on my backpack. I turned to the sidewalk, and my surprise was huge. I had found a 50 pesos bill. I noticed if there was someone else who owned the bill, but the street was empty, so I took the opportunity and took the money. In that moment, I felt like a loaded person. When I arrived at the school, I was so excited that I told the big news to my friends. They told me that I was a lucky one, so I had to invite something to them. At the beginning, I thought it wasn't a good idea because I never had so many lucky I am person with the worst lucky ever. But at the end, I decided it would be a good way to celebrate one day with money lucky. Also, I didn't want my friends think that I was a miser or stingy girl. Well, the classes began, but I was late to them. So when the bell rang, I had to run to my classroom. All the hallways of the school were empty, and when I was going upstairs, I had another amazing experience. I looked another two bills, one of 20 pesos and the other of 50 pesos. My first reaction was looking for the person who maybe was lost them, but all the stairs were alone, so again I decided to grab them. Again, it was the day of a new found wealth. I was so happy, and I couldn't believe what a lucky person had been that day. I felt prosperous and well off. Of course, I arrived late to my classes, and the teacher sanctioned me. After classes, I had to go to the detention room and spend my afternoon doing a lot of extra homework. But nothing could ruin my day because I have found 120 pesos that day. I think I could believe beyond my means. While I was serving my punishment, I went out to the room and talked to my friends the reason of my penalty, and they told me that the next day I had to buy candies for all of them with that money. So I had to say yes. I didn't want to look as a impequeños. I came back to the classroom and I started to keep my things in my backpack, but my wallet wasn't there. I searched desperately in all my things, but it was useless. Someone else has stolen my money. At first, I felt angry and very disappointed, but the moral of this story is the money that easy comes, easy goes.